welcome to this week's episode of the Language of Leadership. I'm your host, Chuck Marting. Today, we have an exciting episode focusing on the power of simplicity in leadership. Now, in this week's podcast, I want to explore the importance of simplicity, and I want to be able to help provide some real-life examples of leaders who have mastered it. So it will give you a practical plan of action to implement simplicity in your own leadership style. So let's dive in. The first thing is, why does simplicity even matter in leadership? In our fast-paced, complex world, simplicity can be a game changer. It's going to help enable clear communication, enhance decision-making, and it's going to help boost team productivity. So in this episode, I want to illustrate the value of simplicity and give you some examples. Andrew Carnegie is a renowned industrialist and philanthropist. He believed in simplifying decision-making processes. He emphasized the importance of gathering relevant information, considering the key factors, and making a firm decision without excessive hesitation. By avoiding what is known as analysis paralysis and embracing simplicity in decision-making, Andrew Carnegie taught leaders that they could drive progress and achieve their goals. Andrew Carnegie understood the value of clear, concise communication, and he advocated for the use of plain language and avoiding unnecessary jargon or complexity. So by simplifying communication, leaders can ensure their messages are easily understood by their teams and stakeholders, promoting effectiveness in their leadership. Another example would be Tim Grover. Tim Grover is a renowned sports performance trainer, and he emphasizes simplicity in achieving excellence. Tim Grover believes that focusing on the fundamentals and mastering the basics is key. He teaches excellence, and he teaches that this is the key of success. By simplifying training routines and eliminating unnecessary complexities, athletes and teams can optimize their performance and reach their full potential. Tim Grover also encourages leaders to simplify their mindset and embrace mental toughness. So by narrowing, your focus on the present moment and eliminating distractions and maintaining a resilient attitude, you as a leader can overcome challenges and drive your team towards success. Now, let's talk about some actionable steps that you can take to embrace simplicity in your own leadership. Let me provide you with a practical plan of action. I'm going to be able to outline some key strategies and techniques that can help you in simplifying complex ideas and communication. So the first step is understanding your audience. You need to be able to identify the knowledge level, the preferences, and the needs of your team. You got to consider their background, their expertise, and their familiarity with the subject matter you're assigning to them. So imagine you're a project manager presenting a complex project plan to a diverse group of stakeholders, including executives, team members, and even clients. You're going to need to tailor your message differently for each group, and you're going to need to be able to simplify the information to make that information understandable, and also so it keeps their interest. You need to be able to distill complex ideas into key points, and that's going to be step number 2. You have to be able to analyze complex ideas or concepts and then be able to identify the core elements of those. So focus on the most critical aspects that need to be communicated. An example of that would be a leader in a technology company. You need to be able to explain complex software updates, and you got to be able to explain that to your team. You're going to need to break down and update into key features and benefits, highlighting the most relevant and impactful aspects, and at the same time remembering to simplify technical jargon and explain it in terms that your team can easily grasp. Step 3, you need to be able to use analogies and visuals, okay? So use analogies or metaphors to relate complex ideas and to help familiarize concepts. Utilize visual aids and use diagrams, use charts, or even infographics to enhance understanding. So let's suppose that you're a marketing manager and you're trying to explain a new marketing strategy to your team. You could use an analogy such as comparing the strategy to building a puzzle, where each piece is going to represent a different marketing tactic. You can use visual representations to illustrate the puzzle concept and how each one of those pieces can fit together to form a cohesive strategy. So step number 4 is going to be simplifying language and removing jargon, okay? So remember to use clear, concise, and simple language to convey your message. You have to eliminate unnecessary technical terms, acronyms, and jargon that is going to confuse. So imagine that you're an HR manager delivering a presentation on a new employee benefits package. You have to be able to avoid using complex insurance terminology and jargon. You're going to have to use plain language that everyone there is going to be able to understand, but at the same time, being able to focus on the benefits and the impact on each of the employees' lives that it's going to have. So keeping it simple and understandable is going to be key. Step 5 is structuring and organizing information. You have to organize complex information in a logical and coherent manner. You have to be able to use frameworks or models to structure your message effectively. So as a leader, you need to present a detailed project plan to your team members, and you have to be able to break it down, and you have to break down the plan into section or phases, providing clear headings and subheadings, and you're going to have to use a visual project timeline or a chart to show the project's flows, their milestones, and be able to simplify a complex timeline, break it down, condense it, and make it simple so that it's understandable.
Hey, are you a business leader or a supervisor striving to reach your full potential and take your organization to the next level? As a professional leadership coach, I can help you achieve your goals. My tailored coaching approach is designed to address your specific needs and help you succeed in today's fast-paced business world, whether you need to improve team communication, streamline processes, or develop a strategic vision for your organization. I'm here to help. With my coaching, you can expect to develop a deeper understanding of your leadership style and how to leverage it for maximum impact, gain clarity on your goals and priorities, and create a roadmap to achieve them. You're going to build the confidence and courage to take bold action and make difficult decisions. Learn proven strategies for managing stress, staying focused, and maintaining peak performance, and receiving support, encouragement, and accountability to keep you on track and moving forward. Contact me today at chuck@learningthelanguageofleadership.com. That's chuck@learningthelanguageofleadership.com for a free 90-minute call to learn how coaching can help you achieve your business, leadership, and personal goals. Let's work together to unlock your full potential and take your organization to new heights.
Step 6 is in engaging in active listening. So you have to practice active listening. And we've talked about that here on the language of leadership in past episodes. Active listening is understanding your team members and perspective concerns that they have. You're going to have to ask clarifying questions, and you're going to need to encourage open dialogue with them. So during a team meeting, you have to actively listen to your team members. You have to listen to their questions, their ideas, and then be able to give feedback. You have to be able to summarize their points to ensure to them that you understand and that you're addressing any misconceptions that they may have. This is going to build a culture of open communication. It's going to help demonstrate your commitment to simplicity and clarity of your plan that you're implementing with them, with their guiding help and understanding. So the next thing is step 7, which is leading by example. So you're going to have to model simplicity in your own communication and also in your decision making. You have to encourage your team to follow suit and to provide guidance and support when it's needed. So as a leader, consistently communicating with simplicity and clarity in all your interactions, whether it's in meetings, emails, or even presentations, you have to be able to demonstrate that the value of simplicity is consistently seeking to simplify complex information and then encouraging your team members to do the same. Simplicity isn't only about you as the leader, it's about empowering your team to communicate effectively and confidently. So let's explore how teams can embrace simplicity and contribute to a culture of clear communication. And when I think of that, I think of Pixar Animation Studios. You know, they're a renowned animation studio, and they consistently produced successful, critically acclaimed films demonstrating effective teamwork and also simplicity in their storytelling. So their team of animators, writers, and directors, they all collaborated to simplify complex storylines into compelling narratives which would resonate with their audiences. So they produced films such as Toy Story and Finding Nemo, and it demonstrated the ability to communicate profound messages through relatable and straightforward storytelling. So now that we've covered the importance of simplicity for leaders and their teams, I need to address some common challenges and roadblocks that may come up or they may arise when you're implementing simplicity in your organization. So in 2010, Apple, if you remember, faced a significant challenge with the release of the iPhone 4. Their users had reported and were complaining about reception issues when they were holding their phones in a certain way that it would lead to dropped calls, and it just wasn't a good product. And this became known as Antenna Gate, if you remember this, during this crisis. Well, Apple's initial response was very complex and technical, and in attempting to explain the intricacies of that wireless signal, it just didn't work. It was a complex message, and it only confused users, and it still didn't address the issues that they were having and the concerns that those people had. So Apple's leadership, they recognized that they needed to simplify this message. So Steve Jobs, he held a press conference where he not only acknowledged the problem, but he also delivered a straightforward solution. He announced during that press conference that Apple would provide free bumper cases to iPhone 4 users, which would alleviate the reception issue. So by simplifying the response and focusing on a tangible solution, Apple successfully addressed this crisis, and it restored customer confidence, and it demonstrated the power of simplicity and resolving complex issues. Now, before we end this episode, I want to share with you one final dose of inspiration to help motivate you in your journey towards becoming a simple, effective leader. Mahatma Gandhi, he was a renowned leader of the Indian independence movement. He exemplified simplicity in his approach to leadership and also in social change. Gandhi's principle of nonviolence, it aimed to confront injustice through peaceful means. He believed in the power of simplicity, both in his actions and his communication. So Gandhi's simplicity was evident in his choice of clothing, the humble lifestyle that he led, and his ability to convey very profound ideas in simplicity and clarity. So things like be the change you wish to see in the world, and an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Gandhi inspired millions to join the freedom struggle and peaceful resistance and opposition. He was unwavering in his commitment to simplicity and to truth, and also to nonviolence. And this led to the eventual independence of India, and it left a lasting and impactful impression on the world. Gandhi's legacy serves as a reminder that simplicity, it's not just about making things easier or more accessible. It's a powerful tool for leadership in creating positive impact in the world. So I want to thank you for joining me and learning about the simplicity in leadership. I hope this podcast has given you the valuable insight and some practical examples that help clear the plan of action that you're going to need to take to incorporate simplicity into your own leadership style. So remember, simplicity has the power to transform your communications, your decision making, and your team dynamics. So stay tuned for more episodes of the Language of Leadership, where we'll continue to dive deep into the topics that will enhance your leadership skills. So until next time, lead with simplicity and make a difference. Take care.